Howdy do y'all, this is John, and today we are talking about Sisu Road to Revenge, a new movie out in theaters right now. And in Sisu Road to Revenge, it deals with this guy named Armani Corpi, I think his name is, who is a Finnish guy. His family had been killed by the Soviets years earlier, and now the guy who is responsible for killing his family is hunting him. And we all know what's going to going to happen here. There's going to be a complete throwdown between these two, okay? Because, you got a guy who's lost everything, and the guy responsible for him losing everything. Just going head to head here. A throwdown is most definitely happening. Now, even though I have not done a review of the first Sisu, even though it came out just a few years ago, I did manage to see it, just not, within review season, let's say that. It was a little while after it came out before I got a chance to see it, but I have seen it, so I wasn't completely lost, going into this one. Now, to get things started, first and foremost, what I do like about the movie, they did quite a bit to humanize Armani, quite a bit. The first movie, you didn't really get to know him too much. You just know his backstory, that is it. Other than that, all you know is that he's a formidable killer. With this film, you get the idea that he really misses his family. Something that I really wish they had, put in the first film. It makes him more relatable because, let's face it, something like this, you're going to miss your family. And it makes you care about him a bit more and care about the situation. Because, like I said, he is dealing with the guy responsible for the death of his family. He wasn't dealing with that with the first Sisu movie. And also the guy portraying Armani, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name because he's Finnish. I don't know how to pronounce Finnish names. He does a good job. Armani is a character that doesn't talk a whole lot. Throughout the first, the whole of the first Sisu movie, there's only like one scene where he talks. With this movie, they don't have him talk more at all. Instead, the guy completely lets you know what this character's going through, what his emotions are, whether he's angry or furious or sad or whatever, through facial expression. Dude sells it every time, he's angry, he's angry. When he's going through his old house, thinking of his family, you can tell he's sad. He doesn't cry or anything like that, but you can tell he's sad. And when he throws down with the Soviets, it is glorious. And speaking of the combat, while it's not as good as the first Sisu, I do think the combat is really strong in this film. The first movie, when he was fighting the Nazis, there was a lot of great combat in that. Great combat, incredible kills, the whole 9 yards. With this movie, he's dealing with the Soviets, who are, they were pretty much equally as evil. But, even though the combat's still good and entertaining, kills for the most part aren't quite as memorable. Kills in this one were a bit more basic. It's just that they were executed very well to the point where, you're entertained by seeing the fights and the throwdowns and everything like that. Explosions, the whole 9 yards. Getting into more criticisms with the film, though, I would argue that the villain of the film should have been stronger. While he's definitely a step up from whoever the heck was the main villain in the first Sisu, which, you cast Stephen Lang, you're gonna get some kind of step up. He's not quite as strong as I would have liked. Because Armani this time, he's dealing with the man responsible for his family's deaths. You would want this really intense presence. And while Stephen Lang's definitely the right actor for it, character development wise, the guy's kind of weak. I will say this, he at least did his homework on Armani, because he knew, going in that Armani is going to be a tough nut to crack. But other than that, I'm just sitting there going, okay, show a little more ruthlessness, but he doesn't really do that. Also, unfortunately, the movie's also significantly more CGI dependent than the first movie, sometimes justifiably, and they clearly did not have the budget to afford the CGI effects for the film. The first movie barely used any CGI at all. What CGI it did use was, noticeable, but that was okay. This movie, there was quite a bit more, and they're not better, unfortunately. You notice them more, and it's kind of sad. So guys, at the end of the day, Sisu Road to Revenge, I was entertained by it. However, I would not say it's as good as the first Sisu. The first Sisu, while it was nothing groundbreaking, it was a very fun, turn your brain off kind of action film. Very few improvements were made on this movie, but at the end of the day, it was still an entertaining movie. Again, kind of a step back from the first film, but it wasn't bad, it was good. I'm going to give Sisu Road to Revenge a 7. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. Please don't forget, I also have a secondary channel where I do gaming content. Please go check it out. And as per usual, please remember, ski well, we're